What up, people? This Bang Bang 100, and you tuned into the Real Rap Radio Podcast. Let's get it. Back up in this bitch for another episode. I am Bang 2 times a hundo ho. Back in this bitch with my girl Philly Kiki. Kiki, what it do?
What is it?
Yeah.
What it do?
Get a little music up in this motherfucker. Set it off in this bitch. You dig me? What's happening with you?
Nothing. Chilling. Had a busy weekend. Didn't get no rest. Not happy about that, but it's okay. Things you do to sacrifice for your kids, you know?
I can dig it.
So, my week was so-so. It's the end of the school year, and it's time for the nitty-gritty, and just the paperwork is a little overwhelming, and I don't want to do it. Really, it's just the gist of it. Behaviors are rising, not intense behaviors, but they're getting a little more, bothersome. So, but other than that, it's cool. It's all good. No complaints.
What's up?
I don't think I'm going through a career crisis or something. I don't know. I'm rethinking some things though, because I guess I'm not comfortable. And I guess that's a good thing to not be comfortable, because then you don't get stagnant. But yeah. So
Don't be content.
yeah, that's what they say. So try to figure some things out.
Always want more.
Definitely. So I'm thinking about starting my what do you call it? I don't want to say balloons, but party planning thingy business up again. So
You said party planning?
yeah, party planning.
How'd that go?
I think I would do everything except for treats. Like I can make cupcakes, and I can make pretzel rice and strawberries and Oreos and all of that, Rice Krispie treats. I can do that, but not saying that I won't, but I'm thinking about just focusing more on like balloon archways and backdrops and balloon columns and centerpieces with balloons, and just becoming a little more crafty and creative with the balloons, I guess is what I want to do. So yeah, getting some things situated in order. So once that's up and running, I'll share it on podcast. But I am located in Virginia, so
That's dope.
yeah, I did it when I was in Philly. Well, my sisters and I did it. It was called dang, I forgot the name. What our business was called. I don't remember what it was called, but we did cookies, we did treats and all of that stuff, and then we ventured into balloons and stuff like that. But what was that business called? Something Beauties. It's a representation of all three of us. But yeah, we did it in Philadelphia. We had a couple of events that we did, and it wasn't steady, but it was something extra here and there. But I moved to Virginia, so it kind of dissolved a little bit.
Yeah.
So now it's just going to be, I guess, me and my daughter. Every once in a while I can bring one of the boys in, but for the most part it's just going to be me and my daughter.
Doing the damn thing.
Yep.
I can dig it.
So, yeah, my bonus kid is going to the Army tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah, so I had a little dinner for him, and I made a cake, which came out pretty cool.
What kind of cake did you make?
It was a yellow cake, but I wanted to have like Army action figures and stuff on it, so I kind of made some cupcakes, and I made them look like, put some green icing on it to make it look like it was grass, and then I did a vanilla and chocolate cake, and then on top of it I put grass on top of that and put some little figurines on it, and it came out really cute.
A vanilla and chocolate cake?
Yes.
What you mean by that?
It's Yellow cake with chocolate icing.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Got you.
So, came out pretty good, I must say.
Solid.
Yep, it was cute.
How cute was it?
I'll give myself out of a 10. I give myself a 80.
You did the decorations?
Yep, I decorated it all myself.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds like your type of shit.
Yeah, the creative part is definitely all me.
Solid.
But that's all that's going on. What about you?
I got some great news for you.
Yay.
And for the people. I did absolutely nothing. It was Reggie again. One more again.
That's your good news.
For the people. It's gonna be Reggie for a little bit. Slow-mo. The fuck? Shit. That's all to it for me. I don't got nothing new to tell you niggas. I took a piss about 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God. Nobody wants to know
I
about
don't
that.
got nothing new to tell these niggas. Shit. Let me get into the hip hop news. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about that.
Okay.
Let's see what we got here. We got Rick Ross agrees to make car show wheelchair friendly after lawsuit from disabled attendee. That's what's up. OVO rapper Preem attempt to prove Kendrick Lamar did not end Drake's career. Well, we all know Kendrick Lamar didn't end Drake's career. That'd be crazy.
Drake don't make some music and just shut up.
What's that?
I said if Drake don't just go make some music and shut up.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he making music. I'm pretty sure of that.
I ain't heard nothing new.
That's cause he ain't putting shit out.
Well, he need to do what he got to do to put it out.
I guess he gonna come out. Shit. Hopefully he come out before the summertime. But if a nigga don't come out before summer, then he probably come out in the winter. Who knows?
Yeah, well, he wait too long, he gonna end up losing his
His spot.
not even his spot, but some of his fans.
He gonna lose that momentum.
Yeah.
Well, he had the momentum for about 9, 10, 11, 12
he's
fucking
talented,
years.
so I mean, I think he can get it back, but he's just gonna have to work a little harder.
He had that momentum for a very long time. And I'm sure as soon as he come out with something else that the people like, they gonna be on that.
Yeah, he lost confidence. Get your shit together. Let's go.
He's very talented. So he'll figure it out and put out some more music.
Yeah.
Academics defend Kanye West's controversial comment. He's making some coherent points. Kid Cudi's jewelry and sneakers sell for eye-watering amounts at auction. Wow. Kid Cudi jewelry and his sneakers sell for a whole lot of money at auction. Why the fuck would he even have an auction of people selling his shit?
Is he alive?
Yeah, he alive. Kid Cudi.
Well, maybe he needs some money.
That's crazy. Jake, well, I say this for J. Cole, cause you know I wasn't fucking with him like you wasn't fucking with Kanye.
Well, you know, I'm taking that back because Kanye is a friend again.
Okay, that's cool. I don't know about J. Cole yet, but I'll say this for the J. Cole fans. J. Cole's Dreamville Festival to continue under different brand. I give him that information. Even though I don't know what the fuck he gonna rap. He gonna rap the same shit from last year because he ain't come out with a new album, I don't think. So I don't know what the fuck. He had the Dreamville Festival just to sing the same shit, bring out some different artists, and they do some new shit. How they go?
I guess.
Questlove unearthed rare common like water for chocolate demo on album 25th anniversary. Kanye West unveils controversial WW3 artwork as album fails to drop. Let me switch this music up, my bad. My nigga. I know this probably one of y'all shit, but we gotta switch this shit up, my boy. Here we go. Kai Cenat criticizes Drake's Nokia video and acts out how it should have looked. Okay. Kai Cenat wanted to, I guess he can produce it.
On my door.
Future mourns young Scooter death in heartfelt post. Life will never be the same. Rest in peace to young Scooter. It was a whole lot of shit coming out. Oh, Scooter got shot. The cop shot Scooter. This happened, that happened. But what was said happened was Scooter jumped over a fence, and I guess he had a laceration to his thigh or some shit, or I didn't heard he broke his fibula or some shit. Who knows? But they said he had a bad laceration and he didn't make it. And I was like, God damn, a cut to your leg, running from the cops. The cops didn't find nothing. They didn't find no drugs, no gun, no shit in the house, or I guess on the premise, on the premises or around the premises. So now people is questioning why he ran. What did he run for? I guess because he don't fuck with cops. And then another thing people been questioning is the female that reported the fake shit on him, put in a false report. And females do mean evil shit like that every day, cause they feel some type of way. And just like that, sometimes it can get a nigga killed. And when y'all get a nigga killed and shit, do y'all ever think about that? Y'all don't think about that shit. I'ma send these cops over to his crib, and then all of a sudden a nigga get killed. Or I'ma tell my cousins and my brothers about this, and all of a sudden a nigga get killed. And the blame is on the female. And I'm pretty sure when that female do get out of jail, she gonna have to get the fuck out of Atlanta. Cause she probably gonna get dealt with.
She might get dealt with in jail.
Yeah, that's gonna happen probably. Cause they saying that she didn't post bail. Her bail is probably, I think, $75,000 or some shit.
Yeah, people, you gotta be careful. You gotta think about shit before you do it. And I don't care how perfect you map it out, it don't always work out that way. My freedom is more important than anything else.
But to map out some devious shit, that's all a fucking made up story and lie just to get the cops over to the crib that you want them to go to.
I'm not saying that, but that's why I said, like, my freedom is more important than anything else. Like, I'm not, like I said before in previous part, like, I thought about some shit, don't get me wrong, but I never went through with it because, again, my freedom is more important than sabotaging somebody else's life or a situation at that point in time. Like, listen, I am a strong believer that God will seek revenge, and that's what's going to happen. So I never really pressed the issue to take revenge into my own hands. It hurts, don't get me wrong, whatever the situation is, but Once I let it go, or as you say, kiss that shit up to God.
Yeah.
Listen, he got it.
That's the best thing to do. Just kiss that shit up to God and move on.
Yep. So I mean, I'm not saying that what she did was right, but I'm saying like for people who wanna go out here and like rob the banks and steal cars or whatever little dumb shit they want to go out there and do, like you can sometimes have the smartest plan and it's not going to always work out in your favor or the way it's supposed to. So
Well, they don't think that way.
I know they don't. That's what I'm just saying. Like, y'all gotta be smart. Gotta be smart. Everything ain't worth whatever it is. That's why I said my freedom
Ain't
is more
worth the dumb shit.
It ain't. My freedom is more important than anything else.
50 Cent celebrates success of 50 Cent action TV channel. I got more coming. DDG comes clean about Ferrari he gifted son Halo for his first birthday. He gifted son a Ferrari for his first birthday, so I guess he got 17, 16, 14 fucking years to drive that Ferrari.
Yeah, and then by the time that Ferrari come out, his son might not even want it.
That's just stupid shit. That don't make no sense. Kevin Gates and Brittany Renner seemingly confirms romance rumors with sweet moment.
No.
What's the offer?
That was cute.
Brittany Renner?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess Kevin Gates will humble her. She won't be on that with him, I'm sure. So maybe that's good for her. And she is Muslim. He's Muslim. So maybe that can spark into something nice. Who knows?
Well, it seems like he likes her a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's a sweet girl. Just made a few bad moves.
I mean, well, hopefully she learned from the past.
People put her out there as a whore. I don't see her as a whore, but I see her as a girl that date a certain type of dude to get what she want.
Mm-hmm.
She tricked the shit out of them niggas, but they should be smart. She got a nice body and all that, so I guess that's what they go for. Young Thug judge denies prosecutor's motion to revoke his probation. They trying to revoke his shit real quick, getting back in jail real quick. So I guess the judge that took his case, she can deny the shit as long as she get paid a couple wows.
Mm-hmm.
Doechii currently has more monthly Spotify listeners than any female rapper. Well, alright, for Doechii. Exhibit taps Dr. Dre's Ice Cube, Redman, and more for Kingmaker's track list. Well, alright. Tupac, Don Illuminati. Hold on, let me bring that back. I didn't switch to my shit. Tupac's Don Illuminati song sparks $5 million lawsuit from estate of black Muslim leader. Ice Cube officially reaches deal for new Friday movie. What you feel about that? I guess it's gonna be called The Last Friday.
Maybe. I gotta watch the other Fridays.
He should call it Freaky Friday. Shit always go down on Friday. Some freaky shit.
I think it might be called Last Friday. That's not a bad thought.
The Last Friday, Freaky Friday, I call it.
Yeah.
Why
That'd be cool.
Why it gotta be the last Friday? Why you wanna?
Because then they not gonna come out with no more Fridays.
So I guess you would say end it with one last hurrah.
I guess that's what they gonna do.
No,
What
I'm
they
saying
gonna?
it. Would you want the Friday?
I wouldn't want it to end. I would want it to be something like, because at this point it came out when we was young, and with my kids being 19, 17, and 15, they know about it. So I guess they would need, my grandkids would need something. Just keep it in rotation. That's all.
I think I was like 17 when that movie came out.
Yep.
18, some shit like that. I was old enough. And around that time, that was like the best movie that came out in a long ass time. That was the movie that everybody talked about. That was the movie that you binge watched and learned every goddamn part of the
Man, did y'all ever?
yeah. That was the movie that you would get high and you'll miss a couple parts and laugh your ass off at a few parts that you didn't see. So yeah. The original Friday is classic. Wale and Azealia Banks getting to heated back and forth after she trashes his music. Well, I don't know why he gave that even some light. Every time she's in the, I guess, in the media, whenever somebody got something to say about her, there's always some negative shit. I guess that's the way she want to get her name out there. Gotta be some negative shit. Young Thug speaks after prosecutors attempt to revoke his probation over threats. I wonder what was the threats. There wasn't no threat what he did. Me, like E.T. trying to call me. Trapping early in the morning. Ooh, I'm away like a do-rag. Pussy nigga calling for his boo bag. Do me on my new racks. That's my shit, people. You know what I mean? I said Ice Spice, I was about to say. Spice isn't horsing around in latest insult to Bambi. I don't know how the fuck I read that. Outkast Big Boy never imagined making Rock and Roll Hall of Fame until the nomination. Joe Budden says Sexy Red Hoochie Coochie is force-feeding black audience with degenerate track. Lil Wayne asks Cordae the tough questions about Crossroad and Young Money Radio Season 3 debut. Blueface mother clowns his alleged side chick for misspelled tattoo tribute. Chris Brown, God bless his fans, over skipping the singer's upcoming world tour. Neo steps in the name of love with all four girlfriends at Slate New York nightclub. I thought he had 3 girlfriends. He got 4 now.
He got 4 now.
Damn, nigga. All you need is one more. You got one for each day of the week. You can chill on the weekends if you like. For sure though. Sierra flies. I said fouls. I'm sorry, people.
I thought you was about to say something.
No. Sierra flies high on our new R&B season playlist update. 21 Savage DJ Mark B prepares for Dreamville set with Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, and fun sing-along. Okay, you're gonna have somebody for everybody at the Dreamville Festival. Lil Yachty and VZ skate all over our new Fire Emoji playlist update. Nav reportedly loses tens of thousands of units from OMW2 Rexdale first week sales.
Is this your song?
Yeah, this my song. Like I was water. G Herbo sends health PSA to fans from the hospital. Diddy prosecutors ask court to let accusers testify under fake names in criminal trial. Diddy prosecutors.
Makes
Why?
sense.
Why? No. Fuck that. They gotta bring them names out.
Because you want to know who it is.
I mean, how the fucking prosecutor gonna ask to have people testify under fake names?
Because they might be afraid.
Hell no. No. They gonna use their real names just like the average motherfucker that comes to that court. The fuck?
Well, Diddy gonna come out of jail then.
The fuck is they talking about? Bad Baby performs scathing Alabama Barker diss. Miss Whitman live for the first time. Yes, I win a Fondo, put it on you pronto. I'm water like a Colombian poncho, the head honcho. Corey Holcomb warns Mariah Carey while accusing music industry of murdering stars. No, he got them glasses. No, he let them asses. Baby, get that coochie up. Smelling kinda funky, got the dishy up. I don't need your fool cocksucker. Got stingy up. Cock the AMG, cause it's no say shit to me. I ain't playing trick. Hit you with the K and shit. Look at how they play with it. Claim the fame. Lil Durk scores Billboard Top 10 debut despite decisive first week sales. Deep thoughts. Kanye West goes after Kai Cenat during live stream. Gorgeous Dow fired back after Lotto seemingly denies chumping allegations. Air Jordan 1 Low OG medium olive. Low OG medium olive bring earthy energy. Ooh, brings the earthy energy. Strange Music CEO believes Suge Knight's harsh decision were necessary as death row boss. Cassie is willing to testify under her real name in Diddy's criminal trial.
Maybe people will follow after she goes up, but she's in a sense untouchable because she's in the limelight, and if anything happens to her, they already know where to go. So she got a little,
I guess,
cover to keep her safe, but other people may not have it, especially those that are like were the workers or the strip girls or party girls or whatever you want to call them. They scared.
Well, they shouldn't be.
Yeah, they should be. I mean, he locked up. It ain't much that can happen, but at the end of the day, they start calling other people names, and they still free. They got room and area to set stuff up. So
I don't think they should be scared. If they are, then they need to back out. They can't come forward and try to use a fake name. The fuck? Kanye West takes shots at Drake in bizarre new Hell Hitler snippet. My bad, I had to switch some shit around, you dig me? Let me see what we got. Corey Holcomb alleged Will Smith is closeted and claims the industry doesn't want him to know. Yeah, that was the end of that one. I thought it was more on that.
yeah, I was confused. Closeted, what that mean?
Gay?
Well, you don't think so?
What happened?
I say you don't think so?
What, Will Smith gay?
Yeah,
Do I think so?
I think so.
Hey,
I think he's bisexual.
he can be funny money. I heard a lot of rumors.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Well, I ain't gonna say a lot of rumors, but I heard some shit. Lil Wayne and the Hot Boys reunite at J. Cole's Dreamville Fest.
Ooh, that sounds decent. The block is hot.
Bow Wow gets brutally honest about Omarion beef. I don't want to talk. DJ Head compares Drake and Kendrick Lamar to LeBron James and Nikola Jokic. Drake, No Kia finally tops Spotify charts amid music video hype. DJ Vlad claims Diddy could allegedly be Granite Bell. Drake teams up with 21 Savage again and raps about YSL Rico case on freshly leaked song.
Y'all know, keep your mouth shut again.
Sauce Walker performs. Hold on, let me say that again. Sauce Walker performs in wheelchair during first concert since Say So P shooting. Yeah, I guess he don't want to be limping and standing up and shit on his good leg, tiring out his shit.
And he want to bring that money in.
For sure, though. TDE Punch reveals the surprising story behind ASAP Rocky classic hit, Fucking Problems. Young Scooter funeral and public viewing details revealed. Summer Walker channels Marvin Sapp after Chris Brown announces more Breezy Bowl 20 dates. Or is that Breezy Bowl XX or is that Breezy Bowl 20? I'm not sure.
We're going to say XXX.
Got you. It was only 2 X's.
Well, we're going to say 3 X's. But if it's the second show, I guess we can say 2 X's.
That's 20 in Roman numerals, so I don't know what the fuck was going on with that, but bada boom, bada bang, bada ding a lang.
Well, isn't X rated 3 X's?
Yes.
That's why I did 3 X's.
Oh, okay. I like that with Summer Walker. Public Enemy, Flavor Flav admits sobriety journey setbacks, new vow to fans. His sobriety setbacks. Well, that's cool. Well,
we're thoughts when we're together.
We can get into it if you want to get into it.
What are we getting into?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. We can talk about what we've been seeing basically all week in the tabloids. Well, we ain't gonna say tabloids, but all over social media, black media, we should say. And that was about the Anthony Edwards thingy. You feel me?
Let's go.
And it was a whole lot of
opinions.
I won't say opinions, but it was a whole lot of talk about Anthony Edwards paying old girls some money so he can get that child support out the way type shit. Yeah. She came back and said that cause it was like $1 million. I guess it was like $5,000 a month for child support, and he didn't want nothing to do with her and nothing to do with the baby. This is what was said, and he rather pay the money, the child support for the whole 18 years up front, which was like over $1 million, probably like 1.3 million. And it was said that he wanted to pay that and get it out the way, get that whole 18 years out the way. But I guess they say his ex-girl fired back or whatever. But I'm not sure if that's his girl or if they had some dealings. So I can't say if it's his ex-girl or if they just was dealing with each other.
You talking about the baby mom or somebody else coming out of the woodwork?
The baby mom.
Oh. Well, if this was like a romantic relationship,
You said, was this a romantic relationship?
I'm saying if it was
We don't know.
Can't get it right. If it was a romantic situation, it brings a different aspect to some things. But yeah, I don't know either. But I thought that's what you were saying.
No, we don't know.
Because they're not saying ex-girlfriend, they're saying baby mom. Which makes me think, in a sense, I mean, even though it could be a long-term relationship, but just the way everything is going, it didn't make me think it was like a romantic relationship.
I don't think so neither. I just think they was fucking around because the same chick that he got a baby by, she also has a baby by a little baby.
He was turkey based.
Yeah, and you know, I lived in Atlanta for some time. I lived in Oakland City, where Lil Baby from, for a good probably like 2 years, 3 years. And Anthony Edwards, he do got like a little he got a little center on Lee Street. Yeah, he got a little center on Lee Street in Oakland City. So I'm not sure if Anthony Edwards from Oakland City too, but I know he do has an Anthony Edwards Center right there. I'm not sure what they do in that center or whatever, but I know it's there. It was like right up the street from me. So yeah. And old girl put out his baby mom put out a statement or whatever, and it's Anthony Edwards' ex hits back at $1 million child support lies. She said it's lies.
Oh, okay. That ain't what I heard.
And I guess I'll read it.
I think when you done, I can share my story.
No, go ahead and say.
I think it was one day after a game or something, he did like a press conference or whatever, and he spoke on the situation.
After a basketball game, he spoke on that shit?
It looked like it was after basketball. Maybe he just made a statement, whatever. But it looked like it was on Instagram. It looked like it was after a basketball game.
I doubt if he'd do that. But I'm gonna read this. Anthony Edwards' ex addressed what she called lies and fake news after rumors that the Minnesota Timberwolves star requested to pay more than $1 million up front for 18 years of child support for their daughter, Aubrey Summer Edwards, who was born last October, according to the Shade Room. So I guess that's the source. There are no court documents, motions, or proceedings that have occurred, nor have I been offered or agreed to such terms, Howard said Wednesday in a statement to the outlet. Howard, whose Instagram bio says she is the CEO, brand ambassador, and an artist, also addressed the situation in since expired video posted to her Instagram story. Where did these lies be coming from? She wrote, according to the Shade Room. You ever heard a rumor about yourself and actually wanted to hear more? Like, no way, what did I do next? The rumor reportedly started when a user on X claimed that Edwards, 23, told a judge he wanted to pay the whole 18 years of child support up front. The post, which has nearly 2 million views, did not name Howard. On Wednesday, another user claimed that Edwards confidently paid $1,080,000 in child support all at once to cover 18 years worth of payments. It also did not name Howard. The child support claim is not true. Edwards has yet to publicly address the situation. The All-Star guard and his girlfriend Shannon welcomed their daughter named Ashlyn in March 2024. Shannon also shares a son, Crew, with rapper Chief Keef. Oh shit. Wow. So it ain't Lil Baby, it's Chief Keef. Howard addressed lies and nasty comments about her online, discussing her children whose fathers are successful in their respective jobs in a series of videos posted Wednesday to her Instagram story. I've also come to realization that there is just some allegations that I would never ever beat with you guys, Howard said, and that she has a son by a very successful artist, rapper Lil Baby. So I guess it's Lil Baby and not Chief Keef. I don't know what the fuck is going on here.
She clearly said she just had a baby by Chief Keef.
Yeah, that's what I read, and then it say Lil Baby right here, but that's what I kind of figured that it was Lil Baby. I've also come to the realization that there's just some allegations that I never ever beat with you guys. Howard said, and that she has a son by a very successful artist rapper Lil Baby. And now that I am yet in another situation where I have a child with another successful man, there is not telling you guys that I am not a gold digger. I guess they are not telling you guys that I am not a gold digger.
I was about to say, was she from Boston or something?
The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say you're a gold digger or you kept the baby for a check. Edwards petitioned the Georgia court to determine his paternity of the child according to the Shade Room. Howard previously said Edwards pursued her in 2022. In December 2023, Paige Jordan accused Edwards of impregnating her and then offered her $100,000 to get an abortion. She also shared messages between her and Edwards that allegedly showed the NBA star asking her to send him a video of herself taking the abortion pill for proof. I guess, is that an abortion pill or a Plan B?
That would be a Plan B.
Okay, well, we're going to go with the Plan B. Edwards addressed the allegations in a statement on X. I made comments in the heat of a moment that are not me and that are not aligned with what I believe and who I want to be as a man, Edwards said in the statement. All women should be supported and empowered to make their own decisions about their bodies and what's best for them. Edwards added that he was handling personal matters privately and will not be commenting on any further at this time. So I guess that was that. You got anything to say about that?
Hold on, I'm looking up. Can you abort a pregnancy by a pill?
Yeah, I guess that'll be the Plan B.
That's what I would think. I just want to make sure.
I guess they gotta be Plan B, and I open up my goddamn my feed, my Instagram, and I see Anthony Edwards, the first Joe. That's crazy. You feel me?
Yeah, I don't know if you can. I don't think that you can take a pill. You might be able to, but I think it's Plan B. Well, this is what I got to say. Let me see. Turn my volume up.
You said what? Turn your volume up?
This is what I want to say. Hold on. I gotta turn my volume up.
How about my money, my choice? I'm rich as hell. I don't need the monthly payments. If she blows the $1 million in the first week, that's her own damn fault. Honestly, I hope she does. Them baby mamas are the worst with money. All they do is take the payments and use the money for everything but the baby. All I know is that kid gonna have some insane genetics. Maybe when I'm done with my NBA career, I'll come back into his life. For now, I'm just gonna be getting the milk. Call me a bad father, I don't really give a damn. So what I paid my baby mama in a...
So this came out, I don't know if it's real or not. It looked like it could be some AI.
Yeah, that's fake.
Yeah. But, because he hasn't said anything publicly.
Because that don't sound nothing like him, but...
Yeah. But I thought it was hilarious. It was a little
That
funny.
was funny. Can't lie about that. Well, the girl got a nice body. She looked like she got a BBL and a boob job. Looked like she got a nice lace front. She probably bald head. She got a lace front. Her nickname growing up probably was small head, bald head. Who knows what's under that lace front? But her titties is dead up. Her ass is done. It looks pretty good. Dr. Miami finest. And I think she's from Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure about that.
I was trying to toss something in the trash and it hit the floor.
Yeah, I think she's from Atlanta. Living at the speed of life. Well, alright. That was that. With Little Miss Golden, I thought it was gonna be something more sinister than that. I guess that was just fake news. He didn't pay that $1 million for the baby's whole 18 years, so
Maybe it was something that him and his crew proposed or something.
they said it was a fake tweet on Twitter that said that, and everybody went with it.
Okay. Well, time will tell it all. That's one thing about me. I just
So
time will tell it all.
basically some bullshit.
But chill.
That's all.
Well, whatever the decision is, I just hope it's beneficial for that child.
Let's see what we got here. Since we on this, in fact, I'm pause the music. And see what we got here. Get a review from you about this. Here we go.
So ready to betray yourself. You don't even know who you are, and look at all you are willing to give up. You don't even know what you want. You so damn focused on what you lost wanted to be left. What you lost ain't coming back for you. Don't you know that everything lost ain't missing? So what are you begging for? For somebody to unmake their mind about you? Bear me a favor, that you don't ever beg nobody to stay. That you don't ever beg nobody to love you. Love don't beg. Love ain't never have to beg for nothing. Don't walk through this world trying to keep everything. Because everything ain't yours. Even the things that you want to be yours, even the things that were once yours. Do you know that something can once be yours and then not be yours? Don't get used to nothing. I don't give a damn about who don't want you. Do you want you? And if you are so worth keeping, why won't you keep you? How come you ain't kept you? And when you finally trade yourself in, what do you want in return? The world? The woman who ain't even won herself got the nerve to ask somebody for the world. What fool gonna go and give you new shoes if you can't take care of the ones on your feet? You can't be trusted with the world. You'd waste the world. And what fool is gonna give a world to a woman who ain't even won herself? And you know it ain't no such thing as the world. just your world. The one you make is the one you got. And when you finally trade yourself in, you don't get another one. So what is your world worth? At its smallest, ain't your world worth you? Ain't you worth you?
How you feel about that?
That was great poetry. I mean, it was nothing but truth. Something that young people don't understand. And I think it's just a phase that young people have to go through in order to understand life lessons and what love is really about, and just acceptance of themselves and who they are. I was one of those young females who stayed in relationships that I should not have stayed in because I didn't want it to break up when I knew it should have, where I should have walked away. I was that female that after a breakup was to call back several times and I guess I'm going to say it, beg. I don't like the way it sounds, but beg for that relationship to come back when that man really didn't want me. I was that female that she talked about in a lot of scenarios when I was younger. And that's why I said in the beginning, like, it's just something that young people have to learn to understand who they are. Self-love, self-respect is very important. And when you become more confident within yourself, more confident within the decisions that you make, more confident in life, when you start trusting yourself more, then you look at life in the world differently. You look at relationships differently. You look at love differently. And you become a stronger individual to where you know what you're going to tolerate in a relationship and what you're not going to tolerate in a relationship. And self-worth, you know, you're not going to beg for that person to come back. You're going to be like, all right, fuck it. Go on about your business because I'm damn sure going to go on. Let me cry my tears and move on, and life is going to be lifing. You know, but again, that's older years. You know, I remember my first heartbreak. And one thing my mom said to me is like, I know it hurts. I know how it feels. But trust me, it gets easier. And I say this piece because I was young. My first heartbreak, I went through it. I went through hell and above. Everything else in the whole wide world you can think of, I went through it. As most people would. But as relationships ended, lessons were learned. The older I got, I was able to handle breakups. I was able to handle the heartache. They weren't easy. They still hurt, but they weren't as hard as that very, very first initial heartbreak. So, again, you just become a stronger person and just continue to evolve in the world. As most people say, it's more fish in the sea. You don't have to beg. You don't have to ask. You don't have to pray for something that you already know is no good. If you feel in your heart and in your intentions that it is not going to work, sometimes it's better just to walk away. You waste time, you waste energy, you waste yourself involving in life because you're stagnant in a relationship that, for one, is not going anywhere because the other person you're dealing with doesn't want it to go anywhere. So as I end with this statement, self-worth and self-confidence is very important at any age. And parents, as you teach your children who are dating and dealing with relationships, make sure that they are confident, extremely confident and strong enough so that when they go through this heartbreak or this heartache, or they go through one of those relationships where They think they're madly in love with the person, and then they break up, and then they slip into that stream of depression, that they're strong enough to deal with it. And make sure you're there for your children. As older people who have not met that sense of maturity, I guess that would be. I pray for you, because you're stuck somewhere, and it doesn't make you a bad person. You just have to understand what your worth is and see what you need to do and how you want to do it, and move on with life. I mean, sometimes walking away from situations is not the easiest thing to do. It is a very hard thing to do, and it takes time. But if you know it's no good for you, then walk away.
Yeah, I took that as the podcast that we did earlier. Well, probably about maybe 10 podcasts ago, when it was a man, and the man was saying basically, she not yours. It's just your turn. And that's the name of the podcast. It's just your turn. And that's basically what she was saying. Don't lose yourself. Basically, is what she said. Don't lose yourself, because that's life. Don't hold on to something that's not yours. Everybody that come into your life is not yours, and that's something that you need to learn. Some shit is temporary.
Mm-hmm.
Everything ain't gonna last a lifetime. Some motherfuckers come into your life temporarily. It's not gonna last long, but don't lose yourself in the process. Basically, is what she was saying. And she was saying that for the ladies. She gave her take as a female. The other one was a male's version of the same thing, basically, what I say. And yeah, don't lose yourself, baby girl. Find yourself. Now, should we get to another one? Let me pause this. See what we got here.
Oh, excuse me.
So I've been married for more than 15 years.
I
have
seen
been
this.
in a side relationship that my husband recently
I just
found
wanted
out
to
about.
get your take on
have
this.
to redo it.
How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side dude?
So she's been married.
She married, and she want to convince her husband to keep the side dude.
Say no. I would say no. I think for the most part,
I just like this girl's take on what she told her.
So you got to look in that mirror and ask yourself, is the role that this person filling enough for me to leave this 15 plus year marriage? And judging by the enthusiasm in your tone, it's sounding to me like the marriage is over.
If we say for better or for worse, that means for better or for side piece, doesn't it?
No, and I'm not gonna do this with y'all today. We in
I
trouble.
like her take.
You need to change that
taking
convinced word to
everything.
manipulate.
Ooh.
We're not gonna play those games right now. You took a vow. You took vows. You stood before God or whatever it is you believe in and said that you were going to love this man. It's sickness and through health, for rich and for poor. You said that you committed whenever you took that vow. You committed to be there even in the hard times, even in the times where you were not fully emotionally fulfilled. You still took on that position to say that I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to communicate. I'm not going to breach the trust in this marriage. You lack marital integrity. And if you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a person as well. So my next point to make is the audacity must be on sale right now for you to be able to say, how can I convince my husband, a man at that, convince my husband to let me still have a side relationship as if I did not betray this man, as if I did not hurt this man, as if I did not dishonor this man, as if I did not disrespect this man, and you want to ask for something? You want to ask for what it seems like more of a favor because it's only going to work in your favor. It's nothing that is going to work for him. I don't like when we play these games like this. You entered into what you two believe was a monogamous agreement, and you made it a polyamorous thing. You did. Let me tell you something else that you did. Let's talk about the lack of responsibility. I'm going to tell you one more thing because I'm sure some other panelists have something to say. This is the problem that I have. Whenever you open up your marriage to something that somebody else did not consent to, if your side piece has depression or anxiety, anything like that, there's a spiritual exchange that takes place when you go sleep with somebody else that you now have invited into your home. So part of the reason why your marriage is not happy is because you were lusting over the fence to begin with. You invited that into your marriage. You corrupted your home. The best thing for you to do, because he does have the right to leave you, the best thing that you could do, the responsible thing you can do, is either end that relationship on the side or leave that man alone and let somebody else find him.
Clap it up, hold on.
So I've been married for...
Well,
Yep.
I couldn't have said it better than her.
Yeah, she tore into her ass. And basically, a lot of females go through that. I guess, you know, they will see a man that's not on their ass, that trust them, give them the world and all that shit. They see that man as a sucker and probably try to run over him, do whatever they do, have relationships on the side because they feel as though this man is weak. He let me do this. I can go out with my girlfriends and he don't question that. He don't do this, he don't do that. And she got the freedom to roam and do what she do. And she used some fucked up decisions with that freedom and then wonder why she can't get a nigga after this nigga. A nigga won't take her serious, or she just out here in the world lost and she know that she's gonna be lonely and by her motherfucking self for a lifetime. That's the sad reality of it. I mean, you can take advantage of the situation until the situation catch up to you, and then you looking fucking retarded, dumbfounded, cuckoo in the fucking face, and you wonder, was it all worth it? Well, you don't wonder, is it all worth it? You ask yourself, was it worth it? And you know it wasn't worth it, and you know you fucked up.
Most people regret it anyway.
Yeah, you know you fucked up, you know you regretted it, and then it's just bullshit. That shouldn't have never happened, but you let it happen. Matter of fact, you went out and found it. So with that being said, it's like a nigga can't feel sorry for you because that was your decision to go out there and do what you do because you was taking advantage of the situation. So that's something you gotta live with. What you say? You heard?
I heard. I'm just getting my thoughts together because I don't want to seem repetitive to what that lady spoke, because I don't remember her name, but I do follow her on Instagram and, you know, be repetitive to what you say.
I don't follow her. I just like what she said.
I follow her because I like what she says in general.
I don't even know who she is.
But she speaks some real stuff. Male or female, she speaks some real stuff. I want to touch a little bit on the spiritual aspect of that situation and based off what that panelist spoke on in reference to the demonic spirits that you bring into your marriage, your life. You know, when you have sex with a man, there is not only spiritual exchange, but there is also DNA exchanges, and some of those filters, I guess I want to use the word, will cause harm to not only yourself but your family as well. They always say be careful who you bring in your home, you know, and like she said, you want to know why your marriage is not what it used to be or what it was. You're not putting your all in all effort into it, for one. You got somebody else on the side that's taking the attention away from your marriage, and that's a big problem there. You know, you reap what you sow. That man ain't gonna want you. You leave your husband, he ain't gonna want you. your husband ain't gonna want you when he find out that you messing around on the side. So like she said, you need to let that go and keep it moving and pushing. That energy that you putting into your side piece, put it into your marriage and put it into your husband. Put it into your family. Bring the word of God or whatever your religious belief is into your home and rekindle whatever needs to be rebuilt and remade and repurposed, because it's broken. You let somebody else come in and you let a spirit come in and take you off your course, and it happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but because the devil works in mysterious ways. But you gotta work hard to get back to what you had.
True. Well, we're gonna get into some emails. And this one is: are they wrong for not wanting to marry my girlfriend after getting her pregnant? He's 20. She's 19. I am in the U.S. Navy and have been stationed in Japan for just over a year. A few months after I got here, I met a local girl, 19, and we started dating. Things moved pretty fast. We spent a lot of time together, got close quickly, and while we weren't trying for anything serious at first, it naturally turned into something more. She told me she's pregnant a few days ago. We were using protection most of the time, but not perfectly. And obviously, one slip up was all it took. I was shocked at first, but I told her I wanted to be involved. I've taken steps to make sure I can support her financially and be a part of the baby's life. I'm not the kind of guy to walk away. I recently got orders. In about 3 months, I'm being deployed back to the States, specifically to Virginia. That makes the whole situation 100 times harder. We've talked about options, and she and her family are pushing hard for marriage. They say it's the only acceptable thing culturally now that she's pregnant. She also scared of raising the baby alone and says marriage would make her feel secure. Her family isn't having it. They accuse me of abandoning her and being just another American who came here, got a girl pregnant, and bailed. They think I should marry her to do the right thing, especially with the baby on the way and my deployment coming up. But others say I'd be making a bigger mistake by committing to a marriage I'm not ready for, especially when I'm about to be 7,000 miles away. I still talk to her every day. I want to stay in the baby's life, but right now I feel like I'm being treated like the bad guy just because I'm not ready to get married under pressure. So is he wrong for refusing to marry her, especially with the deployment coming?
Nope. When women of all culture see that you are in the military, they think money. They think citizenship. So you got to be careful who you lay with, because they think that you got money, which most people in the military, they doing pretty good, don't get me wrong, but they have a purpose as well. So no, I don't think he's wrong for not wanting to marry her right now. You do not let her or that family make you feel guilty for how you feel. And for two, you do what you got to do, and then if it happens, it happens. You'll marry her when you feel as though you're ready to be married. You continue to be a part of that kid's life, and unfortunately she's the mom and you may not, but you done fucked up anyway, because she about to take you to court for child support because you in the military, and guess what, it's mandatory to pay. So with all of that being said, you do know
this is Japan, this is not United States of America, right?
I know, and the military is in Japan too. The military is a worldwide thing. And she's going to take him to court for child support. She's going to get the money that she needs for him. All she got to do is call whoever she got to call in the United States and say, listen, this man's not taking care of his baby. And they going to make sure that he's taking care of his baby.
I doubt if that's going to work out.
Trust me.
That way. I doubt that.
I'm quite sure she's military too.
And I can gladly say that she would rather take the money that he's going to give her than to try to go for some child support.
I agree with that. If he's going to give her money, he said he's willing to take care of her. He didn't say to what extent. He said he was willing to be in the part of the baby's life. He didn't say exactly what part. But I mean, if he sends money, then it's great. But you know, I just don't think you should pressure. He should feel the pressure of what her parents are saying. Yes, it's a cultural thing, but shit, that baby's gonna be a bastard no matter what. And I'm sorry to say this, sir, but at the end of the day, you do what's best for you. You coming back to Virginia, welcome to Virginia.
Okay, well, my take on that, they still young. She 19, he 20. Bada boom. He's in the U.S. Navy stationed over in Japan. I guess he meet a Japanese girl, and they having fun, and she gets pregnant. She having her first baby by an American soldier.
He was turkey based.
So you saying it like that's what they do or whatever, but she's 19, so she's still young. And he's telling her he don't want to marry her. He's about to be deployed to Virginia and be here for a minute. If that ain't what he wanted, he shouldn't have been having a relationship with her.
Unprotected.
If he didn't want to take it serious or take it to the next level, especially when shit happens, he should have protected himself from that. Having a baby, then to be forced to get married, and then who knows how he feel. How he will feel later. He just feel this way right now.
That's what I said.
That he don't want to get married. He don't want to, commit to something like that because he's so fucking young. He's so fucking young. So I guess they both young, and he should have thought about that before he did what he did. But now the do is done, so it's like he like fuck that. I'd rather just go home and live my life. I won't bring her back over here and live a life where there's probably a language barrier, or maybe he knows Japanese, or maybe she knows English. Who knows how they communicate? Maybe they communicate through sound language. I don't know, but shit, it'll be. I say he bring her over here, and if it works out, it works out. You live a life with your lady and your baby. And if it don't work out, then maybe she can stay in the United States with the baby and raise the baby in the United States instead of Japan, or maybe.
Well, I don't know how easy it is for her to come over here without her citizenship, because.
Well, I'm sure the United States Army will arrange that, because he got her pregnant. All they would have to do was get married, and then her citizenship would be it'd be granted.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He would have to marry her, because I think coming over here may not be as easy as it used to be. I don't really know exactly what's going on with deportation and ISIS and all of that, but
I'm sure he can get her over here with just talking to his drill sergeant or whoever he got.
Definitely, they're gonna work it out and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just be smart. Think about it. Don't rush into anything. Don't let nobody pressure you into doing nothing that you don't want to do. You got so much of life ahead of you.
I guess she got 3 months to try to lock it down, try to get closer, and then see if they can't get married, if he can try to get her some type documents so that his baby can come visit him, because I'm sure he ain't gonna want to keep traveling to Japan to see his daughter. I guess when his daughter is born, he should make sure his daughter have dual citizenship.
Yeah.
When she's born. So that'll be the best thing, so that he definitely can see his daughter. And you would want to get your baby mom some type of citizenship in America, but it'd be harder because he's not married. He's not married to her, so that'd be hard. That's why they going for the marriage thing. It won't be hard for the daughter, but it'd be hard for the mom.
Well, until he's ready to make that decision, look at all your options and weigh them out.
Okay. Well, we're gonna read this one. This one is she wrong for not changing her birthday plans just because her friend got dumped? And this one says, well, she's 21 and her friend is also 21. And it goes, so I just had my birthday last weekend and made a riz at this rooftop sushi spot that's super hard to get into. Whole vibe was planned. Outfit, nails, girls night, IG pics loaded and ready. It was supposed to be that night. 2 days before, my friend Lena, also 21, got dumped. Like ugly cry, blocking him on everything, texting him again 2 hours later, full meltdown. I felt bad for her. I brought over snacks, sat with her while she spiraled out of control, did the whole support bestie thing. Then she hits me with, can we not do the dinner? It feels too fancy and romantic. Can we just go to that random bar where he never shows up? Girl, it's my birthday, I told her. I'm still going. She doesn't have to come.
And would?
But I'm not canceling the whole thing because her man did. She said, wow, it's just dinner. She didn't show. A couple other friends came. Well, alright. A couple other friends came, but it was giving awkward energy. And now the group chat is on thin ice. She posted one of those fake friends be real quiet when you need them stories on IG like it wasn't obvious. Now I feel bad, but like, what was I supposed to do? Cancel my own birthday plans because her man fumbled? I don't know. Is she wrong for sticking to her plans even though she was going through it?
No, she's not. First of all, a real friend is going to understand in the worst moments that they're in. And I think your friend is being really jealous. If you were there to support her and you still have a life after her, then that should have been enough. Like, go on and celebrate your birthday. I'm just not going to go because I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the space, is what should have been said. Not, can we go to the bar that he's never there at and this is going to be too romantic for me to partake in. You don't have the choice. You don't have to go if you don't want to, but I'm still going to celebrate my birthday. And for you to tell your friend that she shouldn't celebrate her, she shouldn't celebrate she's not going to celebrate another year of life, and she's not going to celebrate herself. I think it's really selfish of her friend. I think you should go out and enjoy your birthday, and if you did already, then congratulations, and that's what you were supposed to do. In reference to the fake friend, listen, y'all friends call up like, was that towards me? Because I think you being real selfish and fake right now yourself. And if y'all gonna be friends after that, y'all gonna be friends. If not, you not. Listen, I got a girlfriend, my goddaughter's mom. We've been friends for over damn near 30 years, you might as well say. I think we're either close to 30 or we're already at 30. And we went through a moment where we didn't speak for a while, but it was like a year or two we didn't speak, but I still did for my goddaughter, and I still called to make sure my goddaughter was okay. But for us to go out and hang out, and as close as we weren't there. And even though I don't speak to my friend every day, I see a lot of her life on social media, but at the end of the day, I know for sure that if I call her, she call me, I'm right there with her. That friendship has not gone anywhere. Anything that has a ship on it, and I always say this, you're going to have your ups, you're going to have your downs. It just really depends on how the people are mature enough to handle the situation. So again, say what you got to say, do what you got to do, and if y'all end up not talking for a while, then that's fine. You may become friends again. You may not become friends again. But I don't think it was fair for your friend to say, "But because I'm down and out, I don't want to do this. Can we do something else?" And fault you or guilt you because you wanted to celebrate you. Happy birthday.
Well, what I gotta say about that is that's some female shit. That ain't nigga shit. Like, dudes don't want to say no shit like that.
I ain't never said nothing like that.
If you going through a breakup and you tell the girl, you tell your best friend that's having a birthday party, you say, well, can you not have that fancy elaborate dinner? Can you just have it at the bar? Now, she would rather go to the bar than to come to this elaborate dinner. I think that's fucked up. I would have told her, why would I have it at a fucking bar when I already made the plans? I want something nice. I don't want it at no fucking corner bar,
and
bitch.
You know how long I've been waiting trying to get in here because reservations is hard?
Hell yeah, then the reservations is hard to get in here, and you want me to cancel my fucking birthday just because you feeling some type of way, or just because you in your feelings. I come over there and I chill with you just to be there for you in your time of need, basically. And she asks her to change her plans. I tell her, fuck no. Like, no, I'm not changing my fucking birthday just because you going through heartbreak with your fucking nigga, bitch. Like, I would ask her, how did that even sound to you telling me some shit like that? Cancel your birthday because I broke up with my boyfriend. Like, what if she told you some shit like that? You planned this shit for months, and then a couple weeks before the birthday, you tell her, I broke up with my girlfriend. My boyfriend. I'm in a slump. Can you cancel that? Or let's just go down the street to the bar and have a couple drinks. Why it gotta be so fancy? Bitch. Because it's my birthday. I'm trying to celebrate me. You don't have to come. Stay your ass in the fucking house and be miserable. You don't want to get out and feel like yourself because you in the fucking house slumped over crying and butt hurt over a nigga.
Ugly tears, what she said.
Ugly fucking tears with the ugly face. Cause this nigga don't want to be with you. When, if anything, you should have went to the fucking dinner just to get out to feel normal, so you can dress up, throw some shit on, and feel cute that night, just to feel normal again, not to be in the house stressed and depressed. That would have gave you a reason to get out, and who knows, maybe another guy would have tried to hit on you. Maybe you would have got a nigga if you was looking for something. Or maybe you ain't looking for something. Maybe you trying to get your mind right. But who the fuck is you to tell somebody to cancel their plans? What if it was a trip that she wanted to take with the girls to maybe a different country, let's say Jamaica or some shit, and she say, well, cancel the trip because I broke up with my boyfriend.
Bitch, cancel your trip. I'm going on Jamaica.
She fucking tripping. Now, any friend, she not gonna put you in that situation where you gotta put your friendship in your motherfucking birthday party. You gotta put, it's like a ultimatum and shit. Nah, that won't work that way. I just be like, listen, if that's gonna cost us our friendship, then we can stop being friends right now, because I still support you, whatever you do, but me stopping my plans because you going through what you going through, I can't do it. Bitch, you trying to make me stressed and depressed. I'm not trying to be stressed and depressed because I canceled my motherfucking birthday plans to go to a fucking neighborhood bar and have a couple drinks with your ass just to appease you. No, fuck no. We ain't doing that. You dig? Okay, now we're gonna read this one. Is she wrong for wanting to divorce her husband after he left the newborn baby and toddler with their teenage daughter while he went out with another woman? Okay, here we go. I feel like I need some outside perspective on a really tough situation. My husband and I have been married for 19 years and we have 3 kids together. A 13-year-old daughter, a 2-year-old, and a newborn. Our journey to parenthood wasn't easy. We faced a lot of fertility struggles, and my husband has been my rock through it all. That's why this situation has hit me so hard. Recently, I started thinking about divorce after I realized my husband had left our young children alone at home while he went out on what appears to be a date with another woman. It's been difficult for me to process everything, and I'm still unsure if I'm overreacting. His parents seem to think it was just a mild mistake, but I honestly find that hard to swallow. A couple of days ago, I decided to take a much needed me day. I told my husband how I felt and he agreed I could go out for a bit. I went out with my mom and sister for lunch, a mini shopping spree, and we even got our nails done. It was lovely to have some time to unwind. I left the house around 1 p.m., planning to be back around 6 p.m. My husband was supposed to be at home with the kids since we didn't have anyone to babysit on short notice. While I was out, I received notification from my Ring camera. Around 5:50 p.m., I saw something was happening at the front door. I called my husband, who assured me everything was fine and that he was just picking up pizza. I thought nothing of it, knowing he was with the kids. Fast forward around 6 p.m. when I got another notification that he was back home. Due to the long wait at the nail salon and bad traffic, I didn't arrive home until about 8 p.m. When I got inside, I immediately noticed something was off. My husband's car was gone. I walked into the house and found my toddler playing with spit, and my newborn was crying uncontrollably. My teenage daughter was in tears because she couldn't calm the baby down. I quickly took the baby, changed her feather, and got her to bed. Checking in with my daughter to see what happened, she told me she didn't know where her dad was, but that he had told her to watch the kids because he had something important to do. I comforted her and reassured her that it was a big task for her to handle alone. I felt awful she had been put in that situation. My husband finally came home around 10 p.m. looking somewhat drunk. When I asked where he had been, he casually claimed he was with his wife and having a good time. It felt like a slap in the face. He took off his pants and acted as if everything was normal, completely dismissing what had just happened. The next day, when I confronted him about his absence, he lied and said he fell asleep 7:35 p.m. I was furious and called him out for being dishonest, insisting I knew he had been out with another woman. I reached out to my mother-in-law and my own mom for advice, trying to gain some perspective. My mother-in-law minimized it, saying it was a common mistake for men and that I needed to move on for the kids' sake. You know, they needed their father at home. I've been doing a lot of soul searching since that day. Part of me wants to fight for our marriage to believe we can work through this rough patch. However, another part of me is devastated and feels that I deserve better. I think about filing for divorce, seeking child support, and pursuing full custody of the kids so I can provide them with a stable environment. So here I am wondering if I'm being the asshole for even considering divorce. Is she overreacting? Should she be more forgiving because of their history? Or is she justified in wanting to leave the relationship for happiness and safety for herself and for her children? And this happened on April the 1st.
April Fools. I have two perspectives of this. My first perspective is leaving the kids home alone. You have a 13-year-old, you have a 2-year-old, and you have an infant. I think that 13-year-old is capable of babysitting in a sense, without the stress. And I say that as when she walked in, she noticed that the baby was crying, but also her 13-year-old child was crying. Daughter was crying as well. So that is an issue. Leaving them for him to go out and do something, let's just say he went out to actually do something positive, right? I don't think that was a bad thing. But leaving out of the house to go do something negative or dishonest towards your family and your marriage is a no-no. Especially if it's not a norm for this 13-year-old to be home with her siblings in the past. If that's not a norm, then he was completely wrong for doing that. And then he got home after you got home. You know, like, be smart about it. If you're going to go out and do something, you should have been back before you thought she was going to be back. But long story short, I don't necessarily think it was wrong for leaving the kids in the house. I think it was wrong for him to leave the kids in the house for his selfish purposes. Should you leave? I don't know. That's up to you. I think this goes back to another podcast that we had, you know, like there needs to be a serious conversation. Because you didn't clearly state he was with, I don't remember the word, but I'm going to say you assumed he was with another female. He was drunk. He could have been out with the homies at a restaurant, got something to eat, and...
She asked who he was with, and he said he was out with his wife.
Right, but she's the wife.
But I guess he was saying his new wife. He said,
well, I mean,
she said he was so arrogant when he said it and never minded.
He was drunk, and it depends on how he said it too. You know, but I mean, I do get that, but I mean, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate right here. True. Because again, she doesn't know where he was at. He's not telling her where he was at. There's no proof that he was with another female. So I can't specifically say he was with another female. Now, she could probably understand it and feeling she got that vibe a little bit more than me because that's her husband. She's in that situation. But, you know, she also did not say that she was positively sure that he was with another female. You get what I'm saying? So she assumes that he was with another female. And I'm not saying that he wasn't. But, you know, there's different scenarios that we can take place. He came in drunk at 10 o'clock. He made his little ignorant ass statement, which he was drunk, you know, but it could be some truth to that. As Bang just said, like, you know, maybe he was speaking in a drunk mind, like, this is going to be my new wife and you about to be the old wife type thing. We don't know. Again, we're not in that household. We're not in that situation, but I definitely say you got to do what's best for you. You got to do what's best for your children. Doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to leave the marriage. Doesn't mean you have to stay. Maybe a small separation or whatever the case may be. But I think a serious conversation needs to be held. And I pray that the two of you can be mature enough to handle the situation. For one, if he tells you something that you don't want to hear, to listen to what he's telling you and accept it. For two, if he does tell you the truth, it is not what you think it is. Again, listening to what he is telling you and not be judgmental. Again, I do agree that he was wrong for leaving those kids in the house, especially if it's not a regular routine for that 13-year-old to babysit her siblings, you know. But at the end of the day, you got children, you got a 13-year-old, she is capable of babysitting the kid too.
Yeah, what I gotta say about that is to tell your wife she can go out to have some me time and from that point on, just to make other plans and leave the kids in there. Well, leave your 13-year-old in there to watch a 2-year-old and a baby. That's a whole fucking lot. So, you know, a whole lot gonna be going wrong. The 13-year-old, she probably can handle the 2-year-old, but I doubt if she can handle the baby, the newborn. The newborn in there crying, probably been crying for hours because the 13-year-old didn't feed the baby or change the diaper. The 13-year-old don't know what the fuck to do. And he left that baby there with that 13-year-old. I think that's fucked up. She probably don't even know how to change a diaper. Who knows? And he left her there for hours. I think that's fucked up. That's not thinking. I mean, you gotta think better than that. Maybe you can be out. Maybe that could have lasted for maybe a good hour or so. Maybe you go out for an hour and come back. But to be going hours and then your wife going for hours, so the baby is unattended for hours. That's a little hectic. That's a little much to put on a 13-year-old. She ain't signed up for that shit.
I agree.
Definitely didn't sign up for that shit. I think that's fucked up. But we gonna get into one more, then we gonna wrap this motherfucker up.
Adios.
I don't know what the fuck that was. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see. I'm still looking.
You trying to figure out which one you're gonna read?
Yeah, I got one. No, this one is too long. I ain't trying to read no fucking novels.
So you just read a novel.
I know, that's why I ain't trying to read another one.
Shout out to Will Smith and the Will Smith way.
You dig? She wanna know, is she wrong for freaking out after her new boyfriend pinned her down? She says, we've been seeing each other for about 6 weeks. And the chemistry, compatibility, etc., were going really well. This morning, he had his arms wrapped around my waist as I was trying to get out of bed to use the bathroom. He pulled me back playfully at first, then used harder strength to hold me down from getting up. Part of me thought we were playing, but the other half went into self-defense mode, and I put him in a jiu-jitsu hold. Once he tapped, I let go immediately, and we were laughing about it. I have edited. I don't know. She said, I left the room and came back a few minutes later. He got on top of me and had me pinned down. At first it was funny, but then looks in my eyes and he started saying, you're so weak. You can't even get me off of you. I told him to get off me at least 6 to 7 times. He didn't flinch and continued, you're so weak. You can't do anything. I could feel my brain starting to disassociate and ready to start punching. Then I escalated it, freaked out and yelled at him to get the fuck off me, which he finally did. He went to the corner of my room and started packing up his clothes. He didn't apologize and gave me silent treatment. I told him if he had nothing to say in response to that situation, to get the fuck out my house, and that we're done. He knows I've had 4 sexual situations in my past. I'm sad because things were seemingly going well. He started play wrestling and holding me tight around the waist while I was trying to get up and use the bathroom, she said. I couldn't get out of this strong, tight hold. I took a few jiu-jitsu classes and I put him in a chokehold so I could get out of bed. I guess she choked the fuck out of him until he tapped. She said, is she wrong for that? Is she wrong for freaking out after her boyfriend pinned her down?
Well, after the not so good sexual encounters, I can't blame her for feeling the way she feels, because I think his pin down may have been a trigger for her, and she was maybe afraid, and her reactions in reference to everything was also fear and protection. So I don't fault her. I don't know if it's a necessary thing to say, okay, you need to leave. I think he was playing with her is what it sounded like to me. I'm not sure. But just out of common courtesy and respect, you got to remember where she came from, what she's dealing with, and just be a little sensitive towards her situations.
Well, what I gotta say about that is, what the fuck was up with him? Did he know you took jiu-jitsu classes? Did he just... Because some dudes is weird like that. They want to play wrestle and play fight with bitches and shit. I'm not into that shit. Like, I don't play fight with bitches. I don't do that shit. Some niggas is retarded like that. Don't put your motherfucking hands on me. Nah, we ain't play fighting. But a lot of niggas like to do that. They want to wrestle and do all that goofy shit. I'm not that goofy type motherfucking nigga. I ain't with that. But he held her down and he on top of her saying, oh, you can't move, you weak, and all that shit. She put the nigga in a chokehold till he tapped out. He wouldn't have tapped out with me. He would have went to sleep fucking with me, and he would have woke up and found himself in a calmer state of mind after he woke his little nut ass up. But that's what she should have did. She should have put him to sleep, choked him out. Fuck that tap. Because after the tap, he wanted to keep playing until she said, get the fuck out. Get the fuck off me and get the fuck out. If you're not going to apologize or talk about the situation, you just going to give me the silent treatment like that shit didn't trigger me. You hold me down for what reason? Why the fuck did you even touch me?
He was salty as hell.
Why the fuck can't I go to the bathroom and take a piss and come back and get in the bed like a normal person? Why the fuck you fucking the mood up trying to pin me the fuck down? And I'm thinking they already done smashed because it's in the morning. She want to get out of bed and go take a piss.
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that's some goofy shit that old boy did. He could have played it better than that. Stupid motherfucker. What you gotta say?
I spoke already.
You said it? I thought it was some more you wanted to
just
put
said
on
it was a trigger, and he should have known better, and he needs to take that in consideration. That you started off with something playful, and when you realized she was serious, that's when you should have instantly be like, "Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I forgot."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's new. What she said, 6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks.
It's new, and it's great possibility that he may have forgotten, and you're still learning each other. So you gotta take that in consideration too. But
yep, you wanna say goodbye to your peoples?
I want to say peace out, everybody. If you got allergies, take your allergy medicine, because if you live in the state of Virginia, baby, it was raining pollen.
Georgia got a whole lot of pollen too.
Listen, the pollen is bad, so take your medicine, do what you gotta do, and stay safe. Have a great week, everybody.
You dig? And I would like to say you catch us next week, same time, same place, every Monday at 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific. I am your boy Bang, 2 times a hundo ho. You can catch this podcast, the Real Rap Radio Podcast, on all platforms. Wherever you listen to any, to your let me say that again. Yeah. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can catch your boy on there. You can catch your girl Philly Kiki on there. You can catch the Real Rap Radio Podcast. So, you know, catch us next week. Shout out to everybody that's fucking with me. Shout out to everybody that's, you know, that dick your boy and your girl Kiki. Shout out to my double L's, my loyal listeners, for getting this far. I fuck with you like you fucks with me. And we're gonna get to this this outro. And here we go.
I let you count my money, baby. You 100, so that mean you meet my standards, baby. I got a lot of hoes,
more than I can handle, baby.
And I can't even lie,
shawty, you my kind of lady.
So what you doing later?
Let you count my money, baby.
You 100, so that mean you meet my standards, baby. I got a lot of hoes,
more than I can handle, baby.
And I can't even lie,
shawty, you my kind of lady.
So
that 100, baby, keep it 100, baby.
Yeah. Just keep it 100, baby.
Yeah.
Why that nigga hate me? I got money and I throw it with no hesitation. Sneaky bitches, they be scheming and investigating, but I'ma leave them waiting. Put you in that drop top, pull up in that motherfucker, make your heart stop. Lame bitches on the side, tryna cop block. I poured off her panties, next it was a crop top, and I will not stop. Tell them about our situation. It ain't really hard to tell by all the moves I'm making. Taking all these nigga bitches, you can say I'm draking. I'm that nigga, you that bitch, and ain't no damn mistaken. So tell me why we wait. I let you count my money, baby. You 100, so that mean you meet my standards, baby. I got a lot of hoes,
more than I can handle, baby.
And I can't even lie,
shawty, you my kind of lady. So what you doing later? Let you count my money, baby.
You 100, so that mean you meet my standards, baby. I got a lot of hoes,
more than I can handle, baby.
And I can't even lie,
shawty, you my kind of lady.
And that 100, baby,
keep it 100, baby.
Keep it 100, baby. Yeah. The only girl I ever trusted is you, baby. All this money I'ma spend with you, baby. I swear I love you, but you got me so crazy. Keep it 100, you gon' run for me, baby. Keep it 100, you is all I see, baby. Keep it 100, throw you a couple G's, baby. Keep it 100, I got what you need, baby. I keep it 100, please, baby. You ever seen 100 G's, baby? Pull up with 100 G's, baby. And they already squeeze, baby. Straight off the kid for throwing to me on the rebound. I let you count my money, baby. You 100, so that mean you meet my standards, baby. I got a lot of hoes, more than I can handle, baby. And I can't even lie, shawty, you my kind of lady.
So what you doing later? Let you count my money, baby.
You 100, so that mean you meet my standards, baby.
I got a lot of hoes, more than I can handle, baby.
And I can't even lie,
shawty, you my kind of lady. So
and that 100,
baby, keep it 100, baby. Yeah.
Just keep it 100, baby.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
That's my shit right there.
Keep it 100.
Keep it 100.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100.
It's my shit.
Keep it 100.
Yeah.
Keep it 100.
And it's the Real Rap Radio Podcast with your girl Philly Kiki.
Yep.
I am Bang, 2 times a hundo ho. And as you know, we got to go. Catch you next week, ho. You know.
Bye.